YouTube. It's Rico, man. I'm back with another video, man. Y'all see what we got going on. We got Pooh Shiesty, the real Menace of South Memphis. So y'all already know what time it is, man. If you're brand new to the channel or you've been watching videos on the channel, but for some reason not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now. Make sure you tell your friends and family about our channel, man, because we're on the grind to 5K. And also, when y'all do that, make sure y'all smash that like button and comment on this video to help this video get recommended to a larger audience of people. Other than that, man, y'all see what's going on. No more time to waste. So let's start this screen record. That's started. We starting this video now.
Oh, for real, I gotta keep it so.
And shout out Trap Geek, man. Stay coming with the heat content.
I ain't never like your dad. I ain't never liked you. You know I ain't like you. In the street, like we ain't gonna talk about that on here though.
On the E-way, you know we bumping, breaking loose. DCFC 2, get no sign, miss the walk. Look, I go to school, they was sliding when he drank the 2, 3 with the draw like a broad.
When I was hustling, I always was playing Memphis rappers. I felt like they had such an underground scene. That's what I gravitated to. Like the most ghetto music is what I want to hear. Police and prosecutors say.
And shout out Gucci, man, because he going crazy with the 10-17 lineup he got. But other than that, he definitely doing this thing as a pretty much as a CEO of his record label. Pretty much at the end of the day, he putting all his guys on that he brought under him and stuff. So shout out to him. They definitely going crazy over there.
Pooh Shiesty was part of the group that ended up in this parking lot that October afternoon where the shots flew, and it happened right across the street from the police department and town hall here in Bay Harbor Islands.
And that's crazy that actually took place literally right around the corner from a police department. Crazy.
What's up, everybody? Probably the most requested artist for me to make a video on right now is Pooh Shiesty. He's one of the biggest movements in rap and is coming out of Memphis, but for a lot of folks, it feels like he came out of nowhere. Last week, Shiesty was second only to Drake for the most streamed artist in the country. There's a reason everyone's drawn to him. Pooh Shiesty's crew, Chopper Gang's gotta be one of the wildest in the industry, and the music reflects it. Doesn't matter how many billboards all over the country have his face on it. Doesn't matter he's signed to a major label deal with Gucci and Atlantic, selling 60K the first week on his debut album. Shiesty will still rob a dude in Miami who was trying to sell him weed and some Jordans, stick 2 shooters on the guy, sending him to the hospital, escape in a green McLaren, get arrested, bond out, and leave the state in a private jet.
Saying the two left the state in a private jet.
Who, they got the right guy?
See, Shiesty keeps his circle small. You basically gotta give your life to Chopper Gang just to be around. Chopper Gang Hank, he's locked up for an attempt murder, allegedly shot up a car and paralyzed the dude in a bad case of mistaken identity. Chopper Walk, he's down for a murder and 2 attempts. Even Shiesty's best bro, Big 30, who was signed to a deal way before Shiesty was, getting tens of millions of streams a month. He got booked 2 weeks before Shiesty did on felony drug charges in Alabama, got extradited back to Memphis for another pending case he was already fighting, made bond, and released the song first day out. But most of the mainstream was not tuned in until Lil Durk and Shiesty came together to make the song Back in Blood. And while most fans were focused on Durk in the wake of the Quando and Vaughn situation, the entire city of Memphis was focused on Shiesty's verse. Because he wasn't just rapping, Shiesty was talking about a specific event that happened where he and 2 members of his crew went to a rival house in Memphis and robbed a bunch of guns from them. That's why in the lyrics he says, yeah, you know.
And I didn't know this. I think I only made one video out this whole situation of his beef with other rappers and another group that's from Memphis as well. So this is kind of giving me more insight to that situation at the end of the day. Because like I said, when they did that song, I didn't even peep that he was really talking about a situation between him and another group of guys and stuff like that. So this was basically some new information to me, but this video definitely gonna help bring a lot more information into that situation with those people too. So other than that, let's continue.
Know who took that shit from you, come get it back in blood. On the song, Shiesty's talking directly to them.
We ain't mad, bro. We want you to see these faces. You need to know who did that to y'all. You need to know.
The rival gangs called EBG and and them and Shiesty have had problems for many years locally in Memphis. EBG being from the north, Shiesty being from the south, it plays into this divide that's long existed in the city. But now the Back in Blood song is worldwide, hitting the number 8 spot on Billboard charts, getting 50 million views on YouTube in 1 month, forcing EBG, who aren't even rappers, to respond over the same Back in Blood beat. Their remix got taken down a bunch of times, each time getting hundreds of thousands of views in days. So EBG dropped the second diss track, this one called Rumors. They even got Quando Rondo to make an appearance, taking collateral shots at Dirt just for being on the original song with Shiesty. Now, we're gonna get into all this, but first, check out my song of the day. This is some motivation from my guy K Johnny. Let's go.
To the point, I don't give a fuck, no shit in the trash. I manifest cash, you thought I was wrong? I know you fucking thought.
Rush for artists. Alright, right now, Memphis is like the gold rush for artists. Everybody's getting signed. And the reason is, Memphis has one of the rawest, most authentic cultures. But there's a lot more to it than good music and good barbecue. Memphis is the heart of the Bible Belt, with more churches than gas stations. On one hand, it's that southern hospitality, home of friendly folks who work hard to get by, but on the other hand, it's extreme violence, making Memphis the third most dangerous city in America. It's rural country, so practically everybody's tooled up, and folks have paramilitary weapons. In areas like the South or North Memphis, your life expectancy is 20 years shorter than other parts of the city.
Right now.
Damn. I mean, they got majority of everybody in the hood right now then. So you already know what time it is. Once you grow up in the hood or around the hood, it's gonna be a lot of crime rate going on. It's gonna be a lot of stuff going on, man. Cause at the end of the day, everybody in a struggle together, but ain't nobody trying to always, they really not trying to be together, if that makes sense. Cause when they got certain groups of people clicking up and repping whatever they rep, it's always gonna be that street mentality in a situation at the end of the day, man. So if you from this part of the Memphis or whatever the case is, anywhere, and you repping this type of gang or whatever the case is, then you pretty much an enemy to us now. No matter if we all in the hood together, at the end of the day, it's only really one side that wants to make it out before the other half, or try to stop the other half from making it out at the end of the day. But other than that, let's continue.
In some neighborhoods in Memphis, families are sleeping on the floor to avoid being hit by gunfire from outside. For some, they live in a war zone.
Pooh Shiesty, he's from the Kane Quick Apartments in South Memphis, just 15 minutes from Moneybag Yo's hood, the Walker Homes, not far from Young Dolph's neighborhood in Castalia, and black youngsters around the way too. Pooh Shiesty growing up was very much on that killer be killed energy. Let his boy Big 30 tell you, at age 11, Shiesty thought he was American gangster, getting arrested and expelled from middle school at the same time, forced to wear an ankle monitor. See, Shiesty followed in his pop's footsteps. Pooh's father was a known gangster and founder of the record label Mob Ties. In 2006, one of his artists, who went by the name Miscellaneous, got into a triple shooting at Yo Gotti's birthday bash. The club managers knew that Yo Gotti and Miscellaneous were beefing, and instead of canceling the event, they hired 35 security guards using 4 metal detectors to screen the crowd. It didn't work. That same year, Shiesty's father was convicted of being an accessory in the murder of a local female DJ, which put him on supervised parole. Even with the law breathing down his neck, his pops was still hustling for almost a year, bringing in money under the radar from a trap house on a street called Porter. The house fell on a dead end and looked like it had been abandoned. But little did Pooh's father know, Memphis police had been monitoring the spot for months. One day, his father was in there. They had the measuring cups by the stove, the digital scales on the kitchen counter. One of them had weed, the other had cocaine. Suddenly, there was a loud boom as the front door busted open, and cops bursted in, rushing apartment 3 that was just up the stairs. As the cops ran up, this 75-pound pit bull came sprinting around the corner and leaped at their necks, so the officers shot it 3 times before the dog retreated to the kitchen and later died. In the chaos, you could hear yelling, "Go, go, go," as people ran from apartment 3 to apartment 4, trying to escape. Glass shattered as folks jumped out the window, leaving Pooh's father in the kitchen, cornered by police. They told him to surrender, and he did, leaving the officers with 12.5 grams of coke, 8 pounds of kush, and $10,000 cash that they...
That's crazy, man. And it'll always be that time where you just, regular day at the trap house, and all of a sudden, boom, a whole SWAT of police just come storming in and stuff, man. Cause we done seen this in many cases, movies, all type of shit, man. It's just crazy, and it always happens like that. It's like shit be going cool for a little while, and all of a sudden, just on this one day, the main person that the police after just happens to be in the trap house that they been monitoring, not knowing, like, not well, I'm talking about from the guy, the main point of Pooh Shiesty, that like he not even knowing that they already been watching the trap house for months or whatever, how much time they was watching it. So just one day they finally happen to catch him in there, everything goes south and he get arrested. So we done seen this happen so many times, man. Like I said before, it's just crazy how they do it too. It's like they always find the right time to go ahead and do that mission and arrest whoever they need to arrest and go from there.
They took from Pooh's father's left pocket. With his pops in and out doing Fed bids, Shiesty was running around a badass little kid, jumping people, finessing people. That's how he got the name Shiesty. And Memphis is a small world, everybody knows each other. Shiesty even went to Central High School with some of the people he's into it with right now, like the main rapper from EBG, Jizzle. But Pooh's reputation began to travel. In high school, he expanded his circle, clicking up on some plans to get money by any means. Together with his childhood friend Big 30 from Whitehaven, Little Hank, Antwop, and a few others, they came up with the name Chopper Gang, and it stuck.
Chopper Gang shit, Chopper Gang shit, man. Chopper Gang shit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We ain't got a prop to crop out here. We real, we slug and shit. Nigga ain't gonna die. We gonna come chop nigga whole block, street, whatever.
Within Chopper Gang, there are various members that come from big sets that are prominent in the area. What a lot of people don't know, Memphis has every single national gang and more. It's extremely active with this new trend towards hybrid gangs, smaller mobs, and
Nah, I didn't know that about that. I didn't know they had pretty much down there every U.S. gang out there. So they definitely going crazy up in Memphis, man. It's just crazy, though, at the end of the day, that all across the U.S. is hoods that literally is just so much being lost between everybody. At the end of the day, there's so much potential that's been lost because a lot of these people happen to be rappers, sports athletes, etc., but due to wanting to be involved in the streets, sometimes they either lose their life or they end up in jail, and they just miss out on the potential to make millions to really get their people up and out of there, out the hood. So at the end of the day, it's just crazy how all this stuff really works at the end of the day. I don't understand, to be honest, why people would want to be in the streets 24/7. But some people got the mentality of doing this just for a little bit, then try to find a way out. But some people, they get so deep in it that they really can't find a way out. And it's hard for them to try to really get out unless they really got something going for themselves outside of the street life and stuff. So if you ain't got nothing going outside of the street life, then you pretty much 9 times out of 10 gonna be stuck forever in that street life. Pretty much at the end of the day, period.
and cliques within the sets going renegade, warring with each other.
See where there was an older person running everything, but it's been changing a lot. And a lot of these young kids with these offset groups, they're totally different.
More little cliques or little gangs that seem to be particularly violent and need less and less of a reason to resort to shooting guns.
One story of a guy named White Grape, or White Boy Kenny, who went to Central High School with Pooh Shiesty and them, and was known for having girls lined up like a buffet. He was a member of Chopper Gang who got initiated into the Grape Street Crips. They beat the shit out of him, took a photo that went viral as he became an official Grape Street member. But one day, White Grape allegedly got his gun robbed from him, so Chopper Gang had to cut ties with him, basically disowning him. Only for White Grape to catch a murder case months later after a drug deal went wrong and clients tried to pay him with counterfeit money, so he shot and killed one of them. Now, Chopper Gang continued spreading their enterprise, planning bigger licks that brought more danger. Shiesty himself says before the age of 15, you're gonna lose a close friend in Memphis. Guaranteed someone close to you is gonna get killed. Around 2016, he lost his best friend Trey, which turned his heart cold. Pooh Shiesty vowed to live with no remorse from that day forward and be a menace to society. And after he graduated high school in 2018, Chopper Gang had many streams of income flowing in, and they started using some of this money they were making to pay for studio time.
I just turned up? You stand for that.
It was one of those rare cases where the music blew up out the gate. They dropped their first song, Breaking News, near the end of 2018, and by 2019, they were buzzing. Shiesty's childhood friend Big 30 got signed to fellow Memphis artist Moneybagg Yo. Meanwhile, Shiesty was still a free agent, dropping hit singles every other week, racking in views. This caught the attention of Guwap, who was in the middle of building his 1017 roster, looking for the grimiest artists he could find. Of course, Guwap was the original slime. You remember hearing stories of a young Gucci Mane terrorizing the industry. Famously, the first time he met French Montana to do a song together, French paid him $5,000 and waited in the studio patiently while Gucci took the money and left out the back door.
Gucci didn't like French. Because the first time he went to the studio to do a song with him, he paid Gucci $5,000 to get on the feature. And he was just sitting in the studio, and Gucci was going out the back door. Like, he wasn't doing nothing. And I said, Gucci, you can't do no shit like that.
And that's the same.
I ain't hear about that. That's tough, man. He paid 5 racks. And Gucci said, you know what, I ain't even gonna do the song. I'm gonna just take the money I'm out. That's crazy as hell. I ain't never hear about that one. He definitely did do crazy as hell with that one.
Same energy Gucci saw in Pooh Shiesty. After hearing one song on YouTube, he hit up Pooh on IG to get the paperwork ready for a major label deal with Atlantic. Chopper Gang was laughing to the bank. The industry fucked up and let some real gangsters in. Big Scar, who's also from South Memphis and just happens to be Pooh Shiesty's cousin, he's a founding member of a clique called R. There's been in a brutal war at home in Memphis for quite some time. And up until this point, Big Scar was strictly in the streets, handling business, and never really considered himself a rapper. Until one day, he actually blew up off a reaction video done by a YouTuber named Tommy Craze, who reacted to Big Scar's first ever song when it had only 5 views in 9 hours.
Hold up, Big Scar, make a play. 5 views 9 hours ago.
That's crazy. I didn't know about that either, man. So Big Scar pretty much got a break. Like literally a YouTuber out of nowhere just said, you know what, I'm gonna pick this song, got the lowest amount of views. And after that, just took him off. That's crazy. I ain't know all of that.
Man, that was so hard. Definitely co-sign this track. Big Scar, make a play. Go and check it out.
That song went on to do millions of views, and 2 months later, after Shiesty became a major label artist, and with only 2 songs ever published, his cousin Big Scar inked a deal with Gucci, making Chopper Gang and their affiliates the single biggest movement coming out of the Mid-South. And with all this attention on Memphis, it brought more drama to the city. Pooh Shiesty was living up to his name and began taking shots at another Memphis rapper named Big Boogie.
You at, Big Boogie? The Boogster. Where you at? Hey, Boogie, hey,
You
man.
said the bookster. Hell no.
I would get out there in the street with your gang, me by myself, the whole gang right now today, in like 30 minutes on live, all this shit. How you say something back, cuz? You did that out of your fans, cuz. You let your fans boot your head up, cuz. You know you done cost yourself. You got shows and shit ahead of you, bro.
Boogie's a rising artist out of Frazier, which is the north super country part of Memphis. Seems like a good guy. According to Boogie, they never met a day in their life, but Shiesty claims when he pulled up in the north to see Boogie, it was a whole different story.
Oh, you been running for me, bro. You been running. You been running for me, bro. You know what happened in the north, bro, when I pulled up came on your side, bro. You know what happened.
And Pooh is so petty, he even went as far as naming a strain of weed Red Rum after Big Boogie's crew, Red Rum, just so he could say that he's smoking on that Red Rum pack. And the bigger you get, the bigger the target you become in Memphis. Just a few days after he went back and forth with Shiesty on social media, Big Boogie's concert in Mississippi got shot up. It was the scene of a double murder. 50 shots in total were fired from 5 different guns, hitting Big Boogie's friend Jasmine, who was on stage with him, and she later died in Boogie's arms. Fast forward a few months later to November 6th. Durk and Pooh Shiesty linked up to drop the audio for the song Back in Blood. That's the same day where King Von passed away in a...
Y'all know, man, I say this every video. Violence does not discriminate age, gender, none of that, man. You can be whole innocent and you gon' if you involved with anybody that's around the streets or whatever the case is, man, you could easily become a victim and be a part of that situation, even if you just a bystander. It don't matter. Violence does not discriminate, especially in the streets, man. As simple as that.
in Atlanta after an altercation with Quando Rondo outside the Monaco Hookah Lounge. Shiesty and Durk had already filmed the music video back in Chicago, but chose not to release it yet. This was, in many ways, the mainstream's introduction to Pooh Shiesty. A few more weeks went by and the song continued to climb the charts. Then randomly, at 6 in the morning on a Tuesday in December, Shiesty posts this cryptic warning to Facebook. Drop that song and you're not gonna live to see that baby get here. That's when New Year's came around, January 1st, 2021. A Memphis crew called EBG put out a remix to Back in Blood going after Shiesty, responding to everything he said on the original track. They got Choppa Gang Killer, CGK on their t-shirts. Pooh responded immediately, saying this had to be the worst move this gang ever made, and that he did 18 million views off of them before he even said their name. The very next day, Shiesty dropped the music video that he filmed with Dirk back in Chicago, making Back in Blood the trending topic once again, shooting all the way up the Billboard rankings. EBG's remix was getting taken down left and right due to copyrights, so EBG's main rapper, Jizzle, dropped another diss track called Rumors, which ran up in views quickly, hitting 1 million views in less than a week. Then, Jizzle was shot 3 times just days after this second diss track went live.
I bet a man can do this. I can do this.
Who this is? Who? I can't walk. Cool, boy.
3 bullets hit his arm, and after getting them removed, Jizzle was back on the block wearing a cast, just in time to drop his 3rd diss track called Paralyzed.
Hey, y'all shot the wrong arm.
To add to the unfortunate timing, Pooh Shiesty's brother, who had been on life support fighting for every breath, was pronounced dead just hours before EBG released this new diss. As it stands, the song has nearly 400,000 views in a week. EBG Jizzle went from a couple thousand followers to 50,000 almost overnight, and Memphis has pretty much been in a frenzy ever since. But yeah, man, let me know if there's a video you want me to cover in the comments below. I will see you in the next one.
That's pretty much the end of the video, man. It seems like this beef ain't got no time slowing down, period. It seems like this is just the beginning. So we just gonna have to see, man, how EBG basically keep going, man. Because if they gaining fans and support and all that stuff, it's only a matter of time before they end up in the industry and stuff like that, man. So we gonna see, man. Because if they end up in the industry as big as Pooh Shiesty and Big Scar and them, there's gonna be a whole lot of money on both sides that's gonna damn near definitely keep this beef going for years and years. Cause at the end of the day, if both these guys got money, that means all of these guys can literally damn near travel to the same city as one another, damn near following each other and making it uncomfortable for one another to really just move somewhere where the ops can't afford to live at whole time they really can now. So we're gonna see in the future how this whole thing plays out, man. But that's pretty much the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're brand new or you've been watching videos on the channel but for some reason not subscribe. Tell your friends and family like I said earlier before, and make sure y'all smash that like button and comment on this video to help this video get recommended to a larger audience of people. We're on the road to 5K. Other than that though, man, I'm gonna see y'all later on with more videos. Peace.